I've been waiting for channel agents to arrive in Microsoft Teams, and they're finally here. We're going to set them up in a channel, and we're going to begin by getting to our top corner. And I'm in a channel, open agents and bots, and we can add a channel agent. Now let's just go through these steps. The channel agent is something that you can add to a channel to be able to manage your summaries of communications, adding tasks, asking questions about activity within your channel. So if we add it in here, the channel agent is added to the channel and it inherits the name of the channel. We'll see where this causes a little trouble a bit later on, but it's going through the background, adding the agent, and shortly we'll be able to see a conversation that has started in the channel to help us configure it and understand how to use it. There we go. Oh, status report, and that's something interesting. It's almost like it's actually starting on something as a task that we might want the channel agent to do. It talked about, well, let's go over and have a look at this in our chat. Yes, I'm using those mixed channels. Here we go. Oh, let's just zoom on there so you can see it. I'm working on a status report, and I will share it in the chat shortly. You'll be able to make edits, and once it's ready, send it to the channel. You can add more reviewers at any time. What is this? What does this mean? I know we're diving straight into things, but this could be your experience as you're starting to use the channel agent. Let's open up the agent settings. And just to call out here, the agent is a bit like a member of your team. So that's why it's having a side conversation with me. But it's also, if we go back to our channel, dang, which one was it? This one? Okay. Forgotten which channel. Actually, that's a good point, isn't it? So if we go back here, it is the change management agent. I know we're diving deep into tricky issues and things here, but that's the name of the agent. It's been named after the channel, but I've got no hints as to where that channel is from. If I created this in the general channel of a team and it was called the status report general agent, I don't know where to find it. Is there anything here that could help me see that? Change agent has been added to chat. Create status report, adds, assigns, etc. Okay, so there are things there. Maybe I could go into the agent settings and get a hint as to which team it's from. Here it is, knowledge sources, change management channel. Can I click on that and get taken through to my team? Nope, can't do that. Okay, so I do have an idea where this is, but hopefully I'm trying to show you some challenges here about the chat and where that agent might have begun. So it is in, here it is, Project Radio and the channel called Change Management. So Change Management Agent, this is what is added to our conversation. Zoom in that one in. Okay. So we have create status report. Okay, so it can do that, and it's begun to do that. It can assign tasks. We'll try that out too. It can schedule meetings. We'll ask it to schedule a meeting. That should be interesting. And share knowledge from my channel chats and meetings when I'm added to them. Mention me at any time. So again, we'll go back to the status report settings. Ooh, okay, here we go. So it began this moments ago. It began the task moments ago, but it's set itself a time to run at 8:59. So maybe it hasn't started yet. It's got to start in an hour's time. I might have to record a follow-up to this and show you what the status report looks like. It is going to run that status report on a regular basis till the 11th of February every week. And there are reviewers. What's it, a reviewer? A reviewer will receive a status report in a group chat so that they can make edits before sharing to the channel. Okay. we're already going all over the place here in terms of blowing my plan out of the water. But let's take a closer look at other things here. Delete the agent, ask me a question. Let's follow our nose and ask it a question. What kind of questions can we ask? So it has added the name to the chat. And this is a conversation, a new conversation in the channel. I guess I could also just show you this too, that if I use the @ symbol and begin to type the name of the agent, we have the name of the agent. We've got the name of the channel. So that's okay. But it's, again, something to note that if you add an agent to a channel and it inherits the name, that you're either talking to the members of the channel and people who are showing the channel, or you are talking to the agent. Here's the prompt, suggested prompts about what it could possibly answer for us. And in my early tests and checking, you don't have to just have this conversation here on the change management thread. Let's jump on over to something else. Find a different conversation thread somewhere. There must be a back and forth here somewhere. This one will do. So maybe I could open this in a new conversation window. So it's still part of the channel, but I'm just doing this to be able to help us focus in on the content. Now that the channel agent is part of our channel, I could go down here and say @channel or change management agent, highlights from this conversation. Run that. Let's see what it does. Okay. Daryl replied to your conversation. Oh, that's right. So I'm signed into Teams with the Laura demo account as well, so just ignore that. But here's the change management agent coming up with reasoning. Let's expand that too, see what it's going. Summarizing the content, conversations for highlights, reviewing all the messages. There aren't many messages, so it shouldn't take too long. Tickety tick tick, identifying any action items or guidance discussed. So this feels like it's one of those preloaded, pre-actioned kind of prompts. I forget what they call them, meta prompts, where you just put in a phrase, the suggested phrase, and it has some actions it's going to go through anyway. So it is reviewing the messages, identifying tasks that might need to be actioned within that conversation. It's not a terribly fast process, is it? Let's expand this. Okay, so we can expand each of those nodes. So summarizing conversation highlights, still summarizing conversation highlights. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, well, let's not wait for that. Let's continue to... let's continue to Explorer, but here we are. Here is our summary. So the change agent has, change management agent, has summarized what's happened in this conversation, main highlights and discussion points from this conversation. Okay. Where we start this query will determine what we're going to find out from here. I remember that this was a conversation a ways back when I was preparing a demo for a digital workplace conference in New Zealand. And so I was talking about things like creating a video show reel. And I was having this conversation with a few of my different demo accounts. So it has gone through, created some summarizing notes around change management guidance and various other things. Let's hover over some of these reference points. So our change management agent will actually give us those sources for where it got the summary from. Let's jump to that, for example. Does that actually jump us there? No. Okay. Oh, so I can hover over the number And this is a little different because in other places where we see citations, you click on it and you jump to it. Whereas here, you've got to actually click the message. Where did that go to? Yeah, it's still the same conversation thread. So it did center in on this one. I don't have it yet. It appears to arrive either mobile or desktop first. Yeah, so it's a feature that hasn't quite arrived yet for Laura at that point. Let's go a bit further down. So we've summarized the thread. That just at least gives you an idea of what it can do. And the action points, so these would normally be, I guess, tasks. But at the moment, it's just bullet points. Not even things that you can action and say add to a task list. How about we do this? Let's try this and see if it works. Change management agent. Add those tasks or those action items as tasks from your last response. Now this is, what do you call it? Natural language. So is this going to help? Again, ignore that because I'm signed in with a demo account. So it is pinging things, various things. Is change management agent doing something? Yes, it is. Reasoning. Creating tasks from action items. So I'm kind of hoping that, like we would expect, if we are having a conversation with an agent or with Copilot, it's a continuing thing. Okay, yeah. So assist with publishing, create the change management resources, track the complete interview tasks, draft and finalize communications plan. Is that what was listed? Yeah, it is. Okay, so those are our bullet points, our action points. Tick. The change management agent or the channel agent is smart enough to continue a conversation with you. They haven't been assigned. Open in Planner. No assignment, of course, because I didn't ask for them to be assigned. I could set a due date. But even in that summary, it looks like I could, click this and assign in Planner. Set a due date in Planner. Change the status. Those aren't clickable. But let's click through and see the task. Okay. It's opening Planner in the background. I expect that the task has been added to a plan that has been attached to the channel. It looks like that, okay, this is the source. So maybe it has created a brand new plan called Change Management. It is a task. And I'm just noticing here from that sparkle that that's a task that was added by the agent, I guess. Sometimes we see that, the attribution of what the agent or Copilot has done. Let me just assign that to myself just so that we can get some action here, maybe a due date. I just want to see if this also will update in the chat. Might not because it looks like it's static text. Do some stuff. Okay, I don't have to save that, do I? Oh, so in the comments area, it is very clear, new task created with AI. Okay. And published and created. Okay, so it's interesting. It was created by AI, but in the following comment, the publishing. So maybe the action of me clicking on it published it. I don't know. Okay, where does this live? Yes, it is in a new plan, and this plan contains AI-generated tasks. The content may be incorrect, of course. Do check every time. Make your changes if they are needed. Change management. Created a board. I'm certain I didn't add this earlier. It is something that has been added to my channel. Let's go back to our channel and tasks. Is this the same one? Did it add? Nope. Okay, that's going to be fun. This is a board that I added earlier to help demonstrate using Planner within a channel much earlier, way before we started looking at the channel agent. And it looks like the board that we are actually working with is, well, it's created in the background, but it isn't attached to the channel. I know, I'm just being curious here, but is there some way for me to, surely there's some way for me to add an existing plan? Yeah. Adding the tab, add an existing plan. Let me see the existing plans. I believe that this is the plan that that the channel agent created. Let's click on through. Yeah, okay. Note. Let's step through this. We'll go back to our posts. We'll go back to our conversation here where we asked the change management agent to summarize, first of all, show me the highlights from this conversation. It did come up with a list of bullet points, action items, possible action items. As a follow-up in my conversation, I said, turn those into tasks. So it did. Fantastic. It added it to a plan that it created. The plan is named after the channel, and the plan is not attached to the channel. It is sitting in the background, and you would have to go and find it in the Planner app. But you can choose to add a Planner tab, add an existing plan, find the plan that the agent created, and add it to the channel so you can actually see it. Oh, okay. Otherwise, you're just going to see a conversation thread here with just some tasks, clickable tasks. Great. I wonder if we could just do this as well. I know, again, I am running with this and following my nose, but let's go at change management agent, update the tasks from the reply to show new assignments. I don't know what that's going to do. Yeah. Ignore that again, demo user. Okay, so that's where our action is going to happen. So far, just out of curiosity and following and trying things out, it's interesting. It's reasonably impressive. What I am seeing here is that the change management agent does suggest a few things that it can do. And yeah, we could have done a boring old video and tried each one of those out. But we are trying out a natural language conversation, asking the agents to follow up and do things that we would expect it to do. That really shouldn't be too hard. All right, so updating the task assignments. Let's just see what it's doing in its reasoning. Checking the current task assignments and updates. Okay, if we expand that. Retrieving current assignees. So I'm hoping that it's going to that plan that it knows about in this conversation, and it's going to find the task that I assigned to myself and then I added some notes to it. Searching recent chat messages. So perhaps in doing this, it looks into the conversation thread. Is there any additional task language that it could suggest tasks? Yeah, let's see what it comes up with. Aha, there we go, not bad. Task, my assignment, I did give it a date. I haven't updated the status, but yeah, not bad. One thing about this, sure, I could click through and see the plan this way, that's fine. But what I'd like to see is that I'm not taken away from my conversation, that, hey teams, maybe you could get this task to just pop up as a modal window over the top of my conversation. Go back over to here and not be taken away from the chat, but be able to just open up the relevant task that I've clicked on, which now has been updated here. Cool. Okay, what else did I want to show you? We've mentioned conversation. We've seen some, let's just again just show you those list of suggested tasks, although we have expanded beyond that, haven't we? So here's the agent. We've highlighted some conversations. We've created a task. We could search the web, so hey, go and find out some stuff for me. Sure, I expect it will be able to do that. I don't know if it'll give citations. We could try that out. But let's try scheduling a channel meeting. Schedule channel meeting to discuss and assign these tasks. Does this feel like a natural conversation, a natural progression about how we might use the channel agents to do something for us? I do hope so. Wow, this is a 20-minute video. Although, look, it's real time. This is not some bot AI created video, of course, because it's longer than minute segments. But forgive me if this is interesting to you. Great, stick around. If it's not, feel free to skip ahead to whatever. I'm just tired of crafting and scripting and trying to do things with a whole lot of fanfare. I just want to get in and create content now. All right, what did you get up to here? Change management agent, schedule the meeting. So it's quoted that. What has it done? I have prepared the details for the channel meeting to discuss the assigned task list. Good, we've got the agenda, meeting title, task assignment, and action planning meeting. I would have picked up something maybe like the subject from the conversation thread. Let's just scoot up here and see. So I would have borrowed this as well, just to give it a little more context, because if we looked at the meeting that has been scheduled on the channel, there's not enough detail in that to just say what that meeting is for. Let's just take a look again. So we haven't scheduled it yet, but this is the meeting it will suggest. It's going to invite Matt, myself, Laura, because we're participants in the discussion. Fine. Here's our summary of the conversation so far. Draft, finalized conversation briefing. Yep, okay. That is the suggested meeting date and time and duration. So giving us 30 minutes. Please review these details. Would you like to confirm? What can we do if you need to? Adjust the meeting time or duration, remove participants, update the agenda. So if we click the schedule button, schedule meeting, it's probably just going to go ahead and confirm all those details. What's under the drop down? Ooh, okay, edit. Okay, so it has created a draft. Okay, this is good. I mean, we always say this about Copilot, that when it's creating things for us, it's a draft. Don't just go ahead and send it as is, but change a few things. So this is where I would say, I've forgotten what the conversation was about. What was it? Change management features. Task assignment. So you can add a little more detail so that it's going to make more sense in someone's calendar than just the text that it pulled from the prompt that I gave it. It is assigned, or rather, it's going to invite us 3 people. Here's the date and time that matches what it described. I don't know if it's... let's click Scheduling Assistant. I mean, I can only assume that it's found a gap, not the most recent gap. Oh, you know what it has done? It's just found the next time slot available, because that is, at the time of recording, about half an hour from now. A little bit over, but about half an hour. I wonder if I could have just described things like find. In my request, I could have said find a available time next week, early next week. We could try that at some other point, but yeah, that would be a bit to backtrack. What else have we got? Details. It is a channel meeting. We can see that. It's in Project Radio. I might also flick on this switch to make sure that people who have been invited will definitely get an invite to their inbox. Otherwise, this might just be a channel meeting where they'll get mentioned, or they'll have to just see it and add it to their calendar. Let's click through and do that. I know I'm cross-talking lots of things here. We've been looking at Channel Agent, but we're trying to be real about what else it's using here within the Teams context. It has added the agenda to the body of the meeting invite. This is where I'm a little bit disappointed that, hey, you could have gone one bit further and used copy the loop meeting notes. You know me, I like loops, so it could have listed those items here. One thing that I do want to just call out that I am seeing that is a little different to the, let's just schedule this meeting. It's a little different to the video content, the promo stuff. The concept of the channel agent is it was creating this content and then adding it as a loop in a conversation thread, whereas today it is just adding it to the conversation. It is interactive to some extent, but it's not loop powered. Okay, so there's our channel meeting, and if I have I chose to send it, so maybe there was okay, I can't remember where I can check that. I think I turned off the visibility of meeting invites in my activity feed. Those who know. But here's our confirmation from our channel agent that Daryl scheduled the meeting. Yep, and you can view the meeting details here. I think, the other thing that change management agent or channel agent could do is if it is mentioning me, that it could mention me, like Teams mention me, so I can get a notification that it is talking about me. I know I got all those little pings to say the agent is doing stuff, but just going that extra step would have been quite helpful. Let's just finish off by asking something simple from the web. That was the other thing that was there. At change management agent. Search the web for suggestions on rolling out new software and managing change in ways of working for a small team. Ooh, we might be throwing quite a challenging little query. Again, ignore that. It's my demo user, so probably could have done this, just turned it off. Dum-dum. Okay, let's have a look at some of the reasoning that's going on there. We have searching for. So this is the agent now going out to the web to find information. I'm interested to see if it's going to provide citations for its suggestions, so we can check out where it got them from. Formulating the query. That's finalizing the response. Okay, but what is it doing here? Searching group files and chats for relevant guides. So I do see here that even when we're asking for something from the web, that suggests that it's going to our work information that's available and within the team, perhaps. I think we'll finish on this. This has been a half-hour video. It's long enough, but let's see what it comes up with. Come on, finalizing the response. One thing that we haven't checked, maybe we could just do this, is while we're waiting for that one. Remember, when we added the agents to our channel, it did begin to make a promise there that it's going to start work on a status report, the purpose of that status report is to summarize recent activity within the channel and come up with things like here's highlights from conversations, here's tasks that have been talked about. There was some other stuff in there. But yeah, that I think is going to be true to what it's said in the agent settings, that it is going to do that at 8:59. It's about half an hour away from now. Oh, I won't make you wait for that, of course. Hold on. Shortly after finishing the video, the status report did get completed by the agent, so we're going to take a quick look at that before we finish off the video. I do have a chat right here from the change management agent, the channel agent, and it has published, let's go back a bit here, the status report. So this is where Microsoft Loop comes into the picture. It does create that status report using Loop. It is a weekly status report, gives us the date, the agent that created it, of course. We'll look at the date there, highlights and lowlights. So it does go through the channel and pick out some things that worked out well, lowlights, and it looks like it's highlighting things that have not yet been assigned in the task language. As we've been discussing things, we've talked about things that could be tasks that haven't been assigned yet, and those are reference points. So I guess we could actually just click through to that. We'll just try one of those out. Does that actually open up a chat? No. See, that would be my expectation, that it would jump to that position in the channel. Maybe they'll fix that later. But as we look a bit further down, what else have we got? We've got a current list of work items. So you know those bullet points that we listed earlier with the help of the channel agent, and then we asked the channel agent to create them as tasks? It looks like here they have been added to a table. Let's just scroll this down a bit. Scroll down across. Status, details, owner, citation. Again, supposedly we can click on that and go through to the chat message. Now, it keeps refreshing and bringing me back to that point. Wanted to point out here too that the loop that we see in this conversation, what we could do is we could adjust it, change a few things, and then post it to the channel. So let's follow that little step there. Has that posted it to the channel? Looks like it has. We can see up on the top here where the channel agent lives. If we follow our pathway through here, here's the conversation. The agent has posted it for us. Let's expand that and see. There's the loop. And then we could have a conversation going on between the rest of our team members. Will this function as a useful conversation? Well, I think that the change management agent, the channel agent, the agent that's in the channel called change management, does send out a notification, but it doesn't really mention anyone. So it's not going to call the team, not going to mention the channel. I think you'd have to just keep an eye out for the report. So my addition to this would be that maybe I would start mentioning people in reply after I have approved that and posted it to the channel. And let's do one further thing. We'll click on the link here that will take us through to a fuller experience of the notes. There they are from the weekly status report. Just so that you see we don't have to be restricted by just that loop within the channel. Though I would say this, that while it's useful to have the table here as work items, I think it would be more useful to see those being suggested as tasks that we could add to a planner. Thought I'd catch up with that. Let's continue with the rest of the video. Not too much further to go. But yeah, interesting to see, just while we're finishing this video off, you've got the status report, the details, we saw that earlier, And so that's one of its customizable skills. Maybe there'll be some more in future. Propose meetings based on conversations. Okay, and the knowledge sources are the the channel, which is the change management channel, and the status report that it'll bring together. Man, I should finish this shortly. Got some other work to do. What did we see in our channel? Did it come back with anything? Yep, there it is. Okay, web-based best practices for change management. Involve the team early. Good. Prepare, yeah. Pilot the software. Training, support. Yep. All typical beats. Tips for small teams. Keep its communication informal and frequent. Cool. So there are internal team resources. So it hasn't referenced any of its web resources, but it might have, pulled out things from different discussions that could have helped related to that. Anyway, that is enough. Very rough and raw walkthrough of the channel agent that is now available in Microsoft Teams if you have a Microsoft 365 Copilot license. And a lot of the stuff that we saw here will be shared with other team members that don't have the license. They won't be able to ask questions and get Copilot to respond, or the agent to respond, but they can benefit from the responses and read them and maybe continue a conversation with other members of the conversation thread. That's enough. 32 minutes. Wowzers, but hopefully this has been a nice extensive walkthrough. There's a lot more to explore. As you explore, share your thoughts and things that you find down below. See you again soon. Is this the button?